Good morning, good evening, or good night, wherever you guys are. This is it, final race here at our Auto Club in California for race 12 and the final race, of course, of season 1. And
Yeah,
well, what
we'll
a
go to
season!
off season after this. I don't know when we'll come back from off season though.
Well, yeah, I mean, definitely it shouldn't take that long for this off season to go through before we move on to season 2. At least some stuff going along, and I've got some plans to announce as well throughout the off season for season 2 and for the future ahead. But yeah, so moving down to the championship contention, we see there are only two drivers that are still mathematical contention for the championship, and that is Kendrick Meeks, your championship leader, and SoIomon Sheridan,
Yeah,
who
interesting thing is, Kendrick Meeks drives for Hill Meeks Racing, which is at just the worst luck. None of the drivers has had a win this year, even though Meeks is leading the championship standings. Solomon Sheridan does not drive for a team. He's an independent driver, and he's been doing just as well as he has been on any other team. There were talks last race that Hill Meeks Racing might take Solomon Sheridan as part of their driver next year.
we'll have to wait and see what SoIomon Sheridan, whether he agrees or not. But yeah, it'll be nice for SoIomon Sheridan to take up on the offer of a team if it's available from next season. There has been there's been lots of talks of other drivers being considered for such teams and such, but of course there are lots of stuff going along that I'm struggling to mention them all. But yeah, there's some stuff going on and really exciting stuff going along. So yeah, let's see how we'll shape up for next season in terms of the grid and stuff.
Yeah,
Let's move on.
should be a pretty big. Shouldn't be that big of a shakeup in terms of drivers. We have seen a lot of teams making changes. Hill Meeks Racing let go of their driver Riley Hill, and Arthur Xavier will take over that seat from Riley Hill next year. And we've also had talk that JC Motorsports obviously let go of their driver Ethan Mingolelli earlier in the year in favor of Richard Petty Jr. And they have a great driver development program over at his racing enterprises that hasn't been sorted out yet. That looks like only two full time cars, but they have three drivers. So we'll see what happens there.
Well, thank you, Jerry Chen. Yeah, well, let's see about that. So let's get moving with the qualifying grid. Who will qualify on pole? Xavier, your last race winner, is on pole. In front of Leland Hill, who will start from second place. Riley Hill all the way down in his last race for the Hill Mix Racing team. And
Yeah,
also
but
his
the two
teammates.
names we need to keep in mind is the 11 of Solomon Sheridan and the number 19 of Kendrick Meeks. Meeks starting in 8th, and Sheridan will start in 16th. Looks like it's going to be a long way up from 16th for Solomon Sheridan, especially with no help from his teammates since he doesn't have any.
This is going to get interesting. Um, oh, by the way, we have a new driver as well again coming in, joining us here in the series. This is basically the sister of John Appleseed. Her name is Sally Appleseed, and of course that
Ooh.
makes it 4 females in the field: LaForge Henry, Cat Rose, and Ray Army, and of course Sally Appleseed. So that this is going to get really interesting. At least it makes a more diverse grid.
You know what my favorite subject is in school?
Was it
It's math.
math?
So let's do some math here. Right now, in number one in the standings, we have uh it will be Kendrick Meeks. He is 7 points up from what's his name? From Solomon Sheridan. So there are two ways that Solomon Sheridan can win this. He can either win the race, and in that case, Meeks would have to finish well, pretty much if we're going by our point system, Meeks would have to finish sixth or lower. Or Sheridan can finish in second, and Meeks would have to finish eighth or lower to win this thing. That's the only two ways he can win this is if Sheridan either wins or gets second place, and either way, he's gonna need Meeks to have a moderate to bad race in order to win the championship. So if I were Kendrick Meeks, I wouldn't start getting comfortable just yet, but this is swaying in my direction by a lot.
Yep, this is how the championship is at the moment. Obviously, any of them can win, but obviously that'll depend on how they'll perform. It seems as though that this is going to be easy for either of these two. Obviously, they're trailing currently 7 points apart from each other, with Kendrick Meeks in the lead.
This is going to be very, very interesting. I keep an eye out for both of them.
But this is the only thing is that Kendrick Meeks, this is quite unusual for him to not win a race and winning a championship. I mean, we have seen some winners' championships. Oh, he's gone off. Yeah, we have seen some champions in NASCAR winning races, winning championship without winning a race that season.
Yeah. And if Kendrick Meeks wins today, that one, well, Meeks Racing has already locked up the team championship over JC Motorsports, the two teams that were going at it earlier this year. And JC Motorsports has one win with Ethan Mingolelli, and maybe with Drew Walker if we count the Daytona win. Meeks Racing as an organization has not had a win this year, except for Arthur Xavier last race. But that's not necessarily a Meeks Racing car. It's an associate of theirs. So what does this mean? Meeks Racing, if Kendrick Meeks doesn't win today, we will have a driver's champion who hasn't won a race, and we'll have a team champion that hasn't won a race. This is going to be very interesting if Kendrick Meeks wins the championship without winning the race today. And let me make this clear again. He does not need to win this race to win. In fact, he just needs, if he finishes 6th or better, that's all hopes are gone for SoIomon Sheridan.
And oh boy, despite the fact that this is only a 12-race season, it's a very interesting season, and of course a very historical one. At least to say, see lots of drivers taking unusual wins and stuff, and seeing things that we haven't seen actually in real life NASCAR. As the race is about to get underway, and away we go.
Arthur Xavier shoots out up front. That's Leland Hill, going to be in second place, following Drew Walker already attempting to move down at the bottom.
Already going three wide
in the middle of the field.
Iron Army, Appleseed, the new deputy driver, and Drew Walker. Oh my goodness me! Another incident! An incident at the very first corner. OMG. What is going on? Appleseed got involved. SoIomon Sheridan! SoIomon Sheridan! Oh my god, he is currently in trouble. That is going to dent his championship hopes. And in fact, that is going to give Kendrick Meeks a lot of breathing space. God. It is at most certain.
Sheridan with heavy damage on the Toyota Camry. Looking more like a Corolla hatchback now. But heavy damage on the number 11 Toyota Camry. And the number 19 got away clean. If Meeks stays out of trouble, it looks like he will certainly be the winner. I don't know if Sheridan is going to be competitive after this.
It is very unlikely, as it looks to be. He's got a huge dent on the back of his car. That is certainly going to affect him a lot. And I don't know if he's going to continue. It might not even last.
If Sheridan can make it out of this one.
There's no way. Well, from my point of view, I don't think there's chances he's actually going to survive the whole of the race.
Yeah.
And this is...
Let's get a replay on that. What happened?
It's going to get more interesting after that. Let's see what happened back then. Who caused this shocking collision? I think SoIomon Sheridan might have started.
We were just talking about everybody going 3 wide, going through their corner. Walker down the bottom. It's going to be
Ayami. I think Ayami got pushed by someone. I don't know if it's herself or maybe even Appleseed.
I I think it looks like Ayami got pushed by the number.
Number 99, I think.
I could tell it was a red Chevy. I don't quite know who it was. Ayami got pushed by that right there.
It was
The
you,
number.
Jerry Chen. I think Thumwell got punted.
Yeah. Wait.
I'm going on board. That took long. We go on board Sally Appleseed.
Appleseed looks like she's an innocent bystander up to this point. The number 9 Dodge.
Oh, I think that's her.
Oh.
I think she's the one. And then Jerry Chen bashed right in front of by the front.
Yeah, I think it's Appleseed got into it with Ayami. Both of them tangled into the wall. And then unfortunately everybody behind her just sort of got involved, and that is I'm riding on board with Jerry Chen right now. Let's see from his perspective what happened.
Whoops.
We can see at this point up front, looks like maybe the number 2 got into the back of the number 99. Yeah, Chen into the back bumper. Nowhere to go for Jerry Chen. That's that JetBlue, the Grand Tour car.
But it seems he might be competitive. In fact, despite a huge dent in front of him, well, not a huge dent, but more of a scrape, more like it. But I think he can continue.
He will be able to continue. The team has confirmed, but so has the 11 team of Sheridan. Again, that car has went from a Camry sedan to looking like a Corolla hatchback. The entire back end of that car is destroyed.
You can see it right now. The funny looking backside.
Yeah, backside of that car does not look good. I would not want to be the driver in that situation.
Either way.
Look who's being scored second right now. Ray Ayanami.
Up into second place after that wreck in turn 1.
I think there might have been a pit sequence under that first caution, because Ayanami is now being scored as second. I don't know quite what happened, but Ayanami is being scored second right now. And,
that'll just depend either way. But Miyazaki is actually 1 lap down, so I think he's pretty much out of the running right now. And the lights are going green. Xavier still leads. Ayami in second place, and Leland Hill into third place. Jameson 4th. And the rest, you know where. Oh my goodness me, they're now going.
My God, getting a bit squirrely back there again, going almost through. Why not? Not really. The midfield. The midfield, as we've seen all season, has been a lot more racy than the front field. And you can see immediately Jerry Chen being able to hang on to the back of that field. But look at that, the number 11 Toyota having a bit of trouble hanging on with the rest of the field.
Well, he's on the inside. He's trying to give it a try. He's trying to push his car if he can. But of course, there's no guarantee that his car could, the way he's performing could last, throughout the race. He is doing his best, trying to overtake Jerry Chen on the inside, and watch Alejo in front of him as well.
Alejo does not have damage on that car, I don't think. So if that doesn't prove anything, that proves that 36 isn't affected as much performance-wise as we thought he might have after that wreck. Yeah, on the straightaways, you could see the 11 losing ground to the 36.
But on the straights,
36. Yeah, on the straights, the 11 just cannot keep up with the 36. It's only in the corners.
On the corners that he's more.
Over the rest of the field.
I guess it's more of a 4x4 drive.
36 is struggling a lot right now with that front end damage.
It looks grand. Oh, look, it appears to be turned. It appears that these three cars are
behind them.
These 3 cars are touching each other. In fact, there could be another wreck coming up soon. This is, of course, California.
The wreck magnet. And the future JC Motorsports driver, it's Richard Petty Jr. in the number 43 car. right now in a Hislop Racing Enterprises Chevrolet. He will be in a JC Motorsports Cadillac next season. Which, that is an interesting storyline in and of itself. Leland Hill from Hill Meeks Racing stayed behind at Las Vegas at the end of the race earlier today to test the new Cadillac Blackwing VR race car built by the JC Motorsports team. Now we
Right,
know those.
Ryan Army's in the lead. Ryan Army's in the lead.
Oh,
She
I didn't
just
even
took over
notice that.
Arthur Xavier. We might want to do a replay on that one. It may seem legendary to see Ryan Army taking the lead for the first time in the series for her. How it all happened.
Looks like on that restart, Ayanami got to the bottom of.
Oh, Leland Hill got touched from the back from Jameson, and almost could have put him onto the wall. That was scary.
Friends. They are not friends. In fact, I don't think anybody is friends with.
No.
Well, TD Autosports. Hate to put it that way, but unfortunately, this seems like a bit of a general trend.
And we look out for the return of number 42, Austin Leong. That's not Austin Leong, but he is back. Oh, there he is. He's up into 9th. He is back after a one-race suspension in a copy car, a spare car, sorry, that managed to be made for him by the team.
Don't quite know where he got that car from. JC Motorsports, who used to supply some of his parts, made a public announcement last week after his car was seized that they will no longer provide any parts for that team. So, don't quite know where he got that car. But it seems to be doing well right now, so that's a sign of relief for the number 42 team.
It's probably a spare car or a spare shell taken from the Chevy garage.
Yeah.
To be.
I mean, look at that. His car is not bad at all.
It's a bit different. I mean, at least he's doing his job. Hopefully he doesn't, use it to abuse it or whatever it is. Right, we go on to live.
See a bit of a gap going on between. Ooh, looks like a bit more position shuffle right there. Walker has now been into the leading pack, and now we can really see Sheridan struggling. Chen got away clean, passing number 2. Now in the 11, in that compact car, as I like to call it, is falling behind a little. Let's see, 43 Richard Petty Jr. closing in on the 11. Let's see how easily he can overtake him. That should give us a bit better of an estimation of how good the number 11 is right now.
Do you mean
14 struggling all the way? Lot. He's virtually out of the race.
Yeah, because he's minus 1 lap down.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the front. It seems the battle is going along. Lots of cars are under pressure up the front. Henrik Altrovich, whatever it is, Strauss.
Something Strauss. I really don't know his name. He's up to 2nd now.
Then the number 1.
Related to Heinrich Himmler. Hopefully not in the Nazi way, but you never know.
Arthur Xavier down into 3rd place. Here comes Kynderrick Meeks up into 4th place. He's in the run. He's got past several cars, including his teammate, Leland Hill.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness me. Lots of cars are getting pushed. Drew Walker into the wall.
Drew Walker has touched the wall coming out of that corner.
He was into the
wall.
wall.
Not damage to that car, but he is losing ground a little bit after getting into the wall there.
Some cars are hitting the wall. It seems as though they're losing grip. This track in Older Club is pretty much a challenging track. These cars need to know when, what a straight line is around the corners and on the straights. They need to get the lines right, or else they'll end up into the wall.
33, Mingolelli crossing 2 lines there, trying to get to the bottom.
Kynderrick up into 3rd. He's gone past Xavier.
JC Motorsports right now. His last race with JC Motorsports was Chevrolet. He will be moving over to TD Autosports next season. Meanwhile, down the bottom, another car that was involved in that first lap incident, the number 2 car.
Let's see what he could do. He gets past. He's trying to get past Strauss. Ultra Strauss.
Meeks in that Disney Plus car, looking fast as usual. Never fast enough to get a win, but always fast enough to get in top spots.
All right, Alejo. let's take a look at his awesome paint scheme, what appears to be irrelevance of Lightning McQueen. This is quite interesting because this is the same track where we saw in the Cars movie where Lightning McQueen actually raced in that circuit. So this is a very interesting paint. Yes, Santa Monica.
Ooh, swinging wide a little bit is the number 19 car. That could give the number 2 a chance to get this position from him, and he, I think, will got that position from him. Mingolelli right now in 6th.
Austin Leon in the points.
A bit back, fighting for the points is Austin Leon.
The only thing is in the points, Jameson is right behind him, trying to get that point.
So is number 3, Thomas Giuliano, back for the first time after being replaced by Cam Wright Jr., another HRU driver for next season, and the number 3 car, and then Drew Walker, obviously, in the number 47. Walker, a quick reminder, will stay with the JC Motorsports team in the new Cadillac next season, as Austin Leon tries to make a move on the inside of the what looks like the 54 car. I don't know. They all look the same to me. It is the 54 car. Walker goes with Leon.
Here comes Alejo. He tries to make a move on these 2 cars, Ayanami and Strauss. He wants to make he wants
in front of him.
He wants to give Lightning McQueen a win.
That Chevrolet, which is a bit faster than the Dodge, what we've seen this year. And look at that! Easily takes that position away from Strauss. Now he has to work on Ayanami. If he wins, that will be 3 wins for a CT Autosports team, the most out of any teams this year.
This is quite interesting for this car. I'll watch Alejo. Of course, him being Lightning McQueen, but it's a big shame that he's not got the king anywhere near him because he's far way down the back.
It is interesting. The 2 powerhouses teams we've seen this year, Meeks Racing and JC Motorsports. Meeks has got obviously 0 wins, and JC only has 1 win with Ethan Mingolelli a few days ago. Yet they've been topping in terms of team championships. They've been topping the sheets. CT Motorsports, I should say, if they win this race here, they will have 3 wins. Yet they were still not close to the level that JC and HMR are on. Maybe it's because they don't have 3 cars, possibly, but I'm not quite sure. Also, looking at the timing sheets, the number 11 car is now 5 seconds off of the leaders. I think we can pretty safely assume... Oh, a bit of a contact up front. Ayanami and Alejo.
Safe to say that I think
we
hopeless.
Could pretty safely assume that the number 11 should be out of the championship contention. Don't want to say anything just yet, but I think the number 19 team could be getting the champagne ready. Mingolelli goes down the bottom of the 19, tries to make a move on the championship contender.
Number 19 is relaxing for now. Perhaps he's relaxing off his win for the now.
As long as he finishes at all, honestly, he will win this race. Because no matter what happens, the number 11 team will not be able to get
Here
points.
comes Alejo. He's now into the lead in front of Ayanami. Lightning McQueen. Lightning McQueen is now in your lead. Ayanami is now under pressure from Alwood Strauss as he tries to take 2nd place as well. Easy Mingolelli up at the 4th place.
Looks like Mingolelli might try to take the field 3 wide up here for 2nd place.
Kendrick Meeks.
Well, not Meeks takes. Meeks goes to the bottom of Mingolelli. Mingolelli's in trouble now. He backs off a little to try to slide in the line behind Meeks in 5th position. Actually, Mingolelli will stick to the high line. Ooh, low line a bit backed up now. Mingolelli looks like has more of a run than Meeks does.
Leland Hill getting put up with Austin Leon.
Race right now. Ooh, look at Mingolelli trying to attempt an overtake from the outside. Something we haven't seen a lot this season.
Ayanami trying to take the lead back.
It is working right now.
She's trying to take the lead back from Alejo, and he goes for it this time.
Ayanami up front.
He's back in the front.
We'll take the lead back.
But Kendrick Meeks right behind her as he makes an attempt to overtake past Strauss. He's got better grip on
Not
the
clear
inside right
quite
now.
yet. Mingolelli looking to take that battle for what is effectively second spot, 3 wide again. Not quite. Slides back on the line behind Meeks. Meeks down at the bottom. We're hearing the 33 radio. The 33 has been ordered to help the 19 car. JC Motorsports and Helmix Racing, two very, very close allies. Meeks will try to overtake Strauss. He's up ahead, but he's not clear yet. He's not clear yet. Going to turn 1.
He's up into third now.
Meeks takes it.
Leland Hill is now starting to lose ground now.
It'd be great if Meeks could go out with a win, wouldn't it?
Well, hopefully, because the highest of the Hill Mix cars after Kendrick Meeks is currently Leland Hill, and he's starting to fall back a bit. He's now out of the points in 9th place. He's got the under pressure Austin Leon right beside him. Austin Leon with a slightly much better car than before. He's been a bit more cleaner than before. He attempts to move, getting past Leland Hill for 9th.
That suspension might have worked for him. Further back in the field, you see the damaged 36 car, and then nothing after him.
SoIomon Sheridan is losing. He's now down to 20th place.
36 car is a 2 car, which is pretty far away.
Like a kingdom far, far away.
Yeah. Back up front, Ayanami in a lead. Mingolelli looks like he's tempted to get to Strauss, but it's not going to be enough just yet.
Alright, Alejo. He's currently fastest right now in terms of lap times in this race. Oh my goodness, Alejo down up onto the front.
Wide, so does Strauss.
That gives Kynderrick Meeks the opportunity to take him over on second place.
Will take second spot from Alejo. Alejo. Nobody knows.
That was an awful mistake on Alejo. He's trying to make up for lost ground and make up and try and get back up onto second place. It doesn't seem like he's on the outside. Oh my goodness me! Here comes Kynderrick Meeks.
Well.
He's got the grip on the inside. Now he's seen the door on the rear Ayanami. I don't think he's gonna get it just yet.
Ayanami slides a tiny bit coming out of the corner. Might be enough for Meeks to try to make up some ground here on the straightaway and try it again in the next corner. He slides in the line. Still on the bottom compared to the other cars. He goes for it.
Here, look, 3 wide right now. Ethan Mingolelli on the very inside.
Trying to capitalize that off the number 2's mistake in the past corner. Trying to overtake 2 cars in that 1 corner. Forcing a 1 car all the way up wide is Mingolelli. Up front, still the 19 car. Or still the 18 car. 19 question him. Going to the corner, Mingolelli will take the number 1 car of Strauss. Mingolelli, the only car on the bottom right now, which is a bit of a faster line. Coming out of that corner, Mingolelli has taken Strauss. Alejo up front, or sorry, Nami up front. Alejo behind the 19 as well. Mingolelli keeps riding bottom, and they go up high again. That's a 2 car. Makes another mistake, same mistake he made the lap before. He goes wide. Maybe a bit of an issue with that car. Struggling for grip up there. Mingolelli will take both of those positions from them.
Kynderrick Meeks looking on Ayanami again. He's taking the inside this time, trying to attempt an overtake. Is this going to be it for Kynderrick Meeks? Will he attempt for this bonus to take a win for this race?
Look behind him, Mingolelli. He's going to definitely help the 19 car.
Looks like it.
Doesn't quite work coming out of that corner. They're still neck and neck. That's the 18 and the 19. 18 looks like he got a better exit out of that corner. Maybe slightly faster than the 19. No, they're very evenly matched.
One of them is not going to make it, I don't think. But Kynderrick Meeks slowly creaking up the front. I think he's got it. Kynderrick Meeks is not in the lead. He's
Still not clear, but 19 got more on the 18 this time. He's clear now. He's clear. 19 in the lead. And meanwhile, back there, 33 will take the third place. Overtaking a 2 and 1. That's Mingolelli in the car. Mingolelli working on the 18 Ayanami now. We might see a JC Motorsports and Meeks Racing 1-2.
Yeah, can you hear me? I think I dropped my microphone. Apologies.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. So, by the way, yeah, congrats to Kendrick Meek. He's doing really well so far. He's now in the lead. But
Meeks in a
we need to
comfortable
make a
lead.
stake.
Second place, or the battle for second place, is still heated. 33 Mingolelli trying to make maybe one last win for JC Motorsports before he leaves the team. And Ayanami for Shamo Racing in the Dodge. 2 cars going at it.
We see Thomas Giuliano heading towards the front now, the pack up front. I think this could be interesting for him to battle out for with the others. Maybe he can get up towards the front, maybe even on the lead if he can.
He's in sixth position right now.
At least on his comeback. This will be interesting to see what he would do for next season.
18-33 still neck to neck. There is no clear winner of this battle for second right now.
We gotta say that
18 pulling away a little. 33 still staying at his quarter panel. Never left his quarter panel. If the 18 makes a mistake right now, the 33 is gonna go away with that position for sure. But neither of them making any mistakes. Coming out of that corner, 33 is a bit faster than 18.
We gotta say that Ayanami is a very difficult driver to deal with and trying to get past with. She always have the ability to drive as hard as she can.
33 finally, after almost 3 laps, is clear of the 18 now.
This might
Here she comes again. Here she comes again, right? Ayanami.
This might
on
put
a quarter panel of 33 car. 33 can't comfortably slide into that second position.
This might put the number 19 in danger, as you can see according to the last lap. Mingolelli scored a 53.29 on the last lap, with Kendrick Meeks scoring 53.317. So it seems Ethan Mingolelli might be able to challenge Kendrick Meeks in a few laps time. In fact, maybe even in 1 lap time. But that will depend on how he can get away from the others right behind him, because he's still under pressure up front with the other cars in front, especially with the one behind him. Frederick Striss, or Ostrich Striss, can't pronounce his name bloody properly.
It's Strauss. Something Strauss.
Whatever.
I'm just going to go with
Let's
Strauss.
call him
Something
Strauss. Let's call him Strauss for now. Mr. Strauss.
Strauss on a bumper of the 33 car, pushing him. Don't know if that's helping or hurting the 33, honestly. Oh, if we look back there, that's the number 47 battling with number 54.
Number 54 is struggling for grip right now. Having started from second place, it seems his bad luck is continuing to fall on him. As we see last race winner.
On the bottom. We'll go side to side with the 54.
Daytona's
and we'll
race
get
winner.
a better exit off of that corner. 47 is Drew Walker, another JC Motorsports machine. Not taking the position quite yet. Is it going another lap? Looks like another shuffle up front, maybe. Three wide up front.
Free ride.
It's number 3, Thomas Giuliano, on his first day back at the job for CT Motorsports. Number 1 of Strauss and the number 18 of Ayanami. 3, no help. Losing back a little. Ayanami breaks late in that corner. Trying to get that position from Strauss from the outside. And meanwhile, Meeks and Mingolelli, hoping they could keep the battle a bit longer in the way back and they could drive away a little bit. Meeks certainly driving away from the rest of the field.
He is pulling away a bit. Let's see how
many more laps to go.
We're 30 out of 50. In fact, we're more than halfway to go. No, we're less than halfway to go. We've gone past more than halfway right now.
Oh, look at that. Strauss goes to the bottom. He might be able to take the position from the Mingolelli. And again, meanwhile, Meeks just gets further and further away from this pack of the field. Not gonna work for the one at all. 33 is gonna be out front still, going in that corner. But what's gonna happen going to this one? 33 is gonna have the high side, and the low side is gonna have the advantage. Meanwhile, as we haven't set that name in a while, Sheridan, I think I can comfortably say is out of this race.
So the crowds are cheering for Kynderrick already. It seems though his championship challenge is pretty much done for him. He can finally relax. Even if he loses that victory, he can just relax from then.
Even if he wrecks out of this race, he will still win the championship because Sheridan, no matter where he finishes, will not get points. So there's that. Congratulations to your season 1 champion, Kendrick Meeks.
At least an early congratulations for the number 19. But of course, once again, you know, let's not keep our hopes down. Keep our hopes up for a bit more, and let's let's see how it will go towards the end of the race. We will definitely confirm Kendrick Meeks our champion at the end of the race. But we're gonna now assume that he certainly is the champion. And he just needs to prove it.
Nothing confirmed just yet, but it's looking more and more like Meeks will be our champion for season 1.
We just, this is probably himself, He needs to prove he can definitely, be a champion. And to be a champion, he needs to win that race. He wants to win that race.
If he wins this race, that will be a perfect end to season 1 for Kendrick Meeks and for Hill Meeks Racing. Going out with a win, something that they couldn't get the whole season. 12 races of trying, 12 races of frustration. They always come so close, but no cigar for that Hill Meeks Racing team. And quite poetically, behind them is a JC Motorsports car, another team that kept trying and kept failing. Two of the best teams clearly this year, but neither of those teams has had real success in terms of wins. TD Autosports, they've all had more wins than Meeks, HMR, and JCM. So it will be a poetic end to the season if Meeks can win this race for himself and for his team.
We see some
Who has the final point position right now?
Let's see. Currently, it's Austin Leon. Pretty interesting. He was in 8th place.
Wouldn't that be fun if he scores points back from his 1 race suspension from this league?
That will be some sort of avenge. That he just want to prove that he's actually a driver himself, not some wrecker on the track. Like pretty much some driver that belongs only on Wreckfest races. He wants to prove himself. Everyone wrong.
Richard Petty himself has spoken out against the 42 driver. That must not feel good. Petty's son, Petty Jr., obviously involved in an accident with the 42 a few weeks back, and that has not made Richard Petty Sr., so Richard Petty, happy at all.
And he's having more frustration. He's currently languishing in 21st place, at least behind the Rickroll.
Petty Jr., after joining the HRE team, has had a few amazing races, but the past 2 races has been nothing short of disappointing for the number 43 team.
He even had an opportunity of winning the championship if he meets the objectives of winning the last 2 races. Winning the last 2 races, which unfortunately he did not do so. So now he's going to have to settle where he is right now. I think he will end up finishing in 5th or 6th place as of right now. But I can't remember where the others are in terms of points. SoIomon Sheridan failing even more. He's got John Appleseed right in front of him, right behind him. Tari Lowell, he's not having a good race. We see his brand new paint scheme that he's driving for this race only. We saw him in a red Dodge last time in, I think, in Watkins Glen. I think that was a significant different scheme where he was racing.
Yeah, it really is.
Yes, it is. The debutee of Sally Appleseed all the way down into 25th. And the last car in on the lead lap. And then we had Dex Miyazaki. Still no hope. He's probably worth to see him race. He's probably not worth for him to race even, even further. As the season draws to a close, we are in lap 13 out of 50. It seems to me we're not going to have any pit stops. I think we're just going to go all the way down towards the finish line. Kynderrick Meeks is still leading the race. I think he's got more breathing space now because all the other cars, including Ethan Mingolelli, are pretty much, losing ground right now. Rearing up into second place. This could be a spectacular end to her career if she continues to pull it off and finish second place. At least. Thomas Giuliano is moving up a bit more on his comeback up into fourth place. This is a different car that he's driving right now. He's not driving the Dale Earnhardt Sr. car that we saw in the first
I know what
races.
the car is, actually.
Huh? Well, it does look more like a more updated scheme to whatever, but he is proving in number 3 that he is the real deal for it.
The real deal for it. Sorry, I had to make that joke.
Pardon me. He did have a look on our Wright Alejo on the inside a bit, but nothing more than that. I think he's just waiting for for any opportunity to happen. Jameson making a move on Ethan Mingolelli on the inside. And Strauss is starting to fall back. He's falling back now. Leland Hill
Look at Walker. What an amazing recovery from Walker. He's now in the points range.
Yeah, in 8th place. And he's going to go one more by trying to overtake Strauss. And he goes for it.
There you go.
So, still, fastest time at the moment is still Wright Alejo with 49.189. Pretty interesting, huh? As we take a look at the full standings on the top right of the screen, we see Jameson is successfully passing Ethan Mingolelli.
Man, JT Motorsports really is struggling in this race and in terms of just the season in general. Mingolelli losing out that spot to the number 23, and the number 47, Drew Walker, not being able to overtake the 1. Their cars really has not gotten them where they thought they would this year. Again, lucky for them, they will be switching over to an updated Cadillac body next year. Maybe that will do the trick for the team. Shooting for the team championship next year. Obviously, this year they lost out to Meeks Racing. Team owner Jared Chen says that's the only team they're willing to lose out to. Again, those two teams, very close relationship between the two teams. If another team had won the championship, I'm sure Chen will be even more angry at himself, at his team, than he already is. But Meeks Racing, at least in this race right now, proving that they're the true champions with Kynderrick Meeks as well.
So, we're now less than 10 laps to go. In Kynderrick Meeks, we might see Wright Alejo battling out, but we don't know yet. I mean, we've seen other cars in the same position as Alejo. For after a few laps, they ended up losing out from second place. He's a bit faster than than Kendrick Meeks as of lap time at the moment, but I think Kendrick Meeks is aware of what's coming, of who's coming right behind him. We do hope that there's not going to be another one last lap pass like we had, a couple of times in the season. First at Motegi, then in can't remember, Texas. I can't remember what that race. Motegi and what am I thinking? Germany? I think it's Germany.
Maybe Germany. I'm not sure.
Germany.
I had to leave in the middle of the German race due to a medical emergency, so I didn't watch that whole thing.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, a bit back, Walker passes Mingolelli.
I think Kendrick Meeks has responded that he is maintaining his lead. At least trying to keep the gap stabilized, so that it doesn't start breaking up. We're in lap 7 right now. I think Alejo might want to finish where he is right now, unless he wants to go one better. If he overtakes Kendrick Meeks and go for the win, this will be his second win in his career, and the second repeat winner in the season. But of course, anything can happen, even in the next few laps, perhaps even in the next few seconds.
20 more laps to go.
We're heading off to lap 44. 6 laps to go.
They come over the line. There will be 6 laps to go. Meeks very comfortable right now, trying to close his season up with a win and the championship. Meanwhile, further back, Walker closing in slowly on the front of the field.
We take a look at the back. I mean, he's slowly leaving, the pack from behind. And
Walker's slowly creeping in there. Don't think he will get enough to do anything, but he is slowly closing in.
We see Strauss now hanging on to that last points position. I think Leon just got overtaken by Strauss, I think. So Strauss is trying to do his best to retain, to actually score his first points. As though we almost forgot. He has yet to score points this season. This is only his second race in his career so far. Yeah, Kendrick Meeks has responded repeatedly from the team about Alejo's possibility that he's coming after him.
For sure.
I mean, you could tell by the lead. I mean, I think it's more of like you can tell that he is starting to spread out, a bit from the other cars around him. From Meeks and from the other cars, Iron Army and Giuliano and Jameson. So
Jameson
more
trying
comfortable.
To make a move in the 3 car now.
Maybe he can finish 3rd place if he can. In fact, let's take a look at the lap time. This might get a bit interesting. Oh. Jameson appears to have a slightly faster car than some of the cars up front. We are in lap 46, and well, I'm trying to put some energy into it because I'm just rooting repeatedly for Kendrick Meeks to finally go with a big bang for at the end of the season with a win for himself and for the HimmIer racing team. I mean, it doesn't look like Alejo is a threat. I think the only chance of him winning a race are if something bad happens to Kendrick Meeks. Kendrick Meeks appears to be keeping the race under control as much as he can. And I think Jameson might even might cause a distraction for Alejo even. It's certainly not going to be enough for him.
Obviously.
It's certainly not going to be enough for him to go for the win, but at least maybe finish as high as 2nd place even if he can. It appears to me that Alejo is starting to lose time a bit now. The cars behind him are closing in on him once again. Ayayami wants to keep her top 3 position. If she can manage it, that will be great for her.
Come to the line. It'll be 3 laps to go. Meeks convincingly in front.
It is sure for him that he will definitely win that race. This will be what the whole of HimmIer's team wish it can happen. An actual victory for the team, for one of the team's drivers. And Austin Leong really wanted to get that points position. He's still right behind Strauss. Leland Hill up into 10th now. He's starting to gain a little bit now. He's gone past the Xavier and still under pressure from behind. Ooh, Richard Herman. There's Riley Hill. We haven't seen much of him in this race. He's gone back to the Lion King scheme after adopting a purplish Haviline car. No, a bluish Disney Plus car. For
It's split in half.
Yeah, pretty much. His teammate Avery HamiIton right behind him, trying to overtake Cat Rose on the outside, I think. Or was it Cat Rose trying to overtake him on the inside? It appears to be.
Cat Rose
Now,
also had a bad second half of the season.
I guess. I mean, she has put out a lot of leapfrog performances at times during the races, especially at Motegi, where this is probably her best race yet at the time. Motegi, where she led for almost most of the race.
Yeah.
As you can see, Avery HamiIton is in a female sandwich between the two drivers of Cat Rose and LaVauche Henry.
Coming to the line, it'll be 1 lap to go.
1 lap to go. Let's see how the front runners are doing.
I'd say extremely well for the 19 car. And it's why flag lap.
Kendrick Meeks is still very comfortable. He surely wants to win that race. HimmIer's racing are climbing up onto the side of the track to try and give him a huge big cheer for the driver. This still could be it. The trumpets are being blown. Oh, this could be a one last pass for second place. Ayayami is trying to take a second position from Alejo. It doesn't seem to no avail. That would happen.
Definitely not going to be enough coming out of that corner.
Can I
say it now?
This is it.
I'll say it now. Your Season 1 champion of the NASCAR KFC Fantasy Series is, as they come across the line, Kynderrick Meeks. Meeks will win here Auto Club and take home the championship. So does his team, HimmIer Racing.
Congratulations, Kynderrick Meeks is the first ever series champion. This has been an interesting but astonishing season. A few ups and downs and a few heart-pounding moments of racing. This is what racing is all about.
Amazing. That's an amazing turn of events.
Yeah, it's been very turbulent. Well, good seeing we saw Lightning McQueen taking home second place. Alright, Alejo. Ayayami ended her season with a huge high. On a huge high, sorry. With third place at least. Jameson 4th. Juliana 5th. Drew Walker 6th. Mingolelli 7th. And Strauss will take home his third ever points. 8th.
What an amazing turn of events for everybody over the HimmIer Racing team.
Whoa. Seems bad to have to end the season quite quietly, I suppose, because of course it's really early in the morning, and a lot of people must be in bed by now. But still, at least want to get the season done, so that we want everyone to, to just be happy.
Yeah.
This is it. I can't believe
Well,
it.
that's the end of season 1. It's been an amazing season so far. Can't wait for the start of season 2.
Yeah, hopefully we can get season 2 started within a week or so. I just
That's
need.
awesome.
Yeah, there will be
You
announcement
have a lot
plans
of
already.
homologation work to do. You mentioned earlier today you wanted to outrule the Chevy SS. I don't think that's a great idea. I mean, a lot of teams will have to switch their liveries.
I
But
won't plan to. I won't plan to announce the replacement of the Chevrolet SS immediately after this season. Well, I'm thinking like whenever the time is appropriate. I'm thinking like if all the teams agree to switch to the Camaro for next season, or if they don't, then I can postpone it for another season for season 3.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think if the season starts in a week, it might not be a great idea to switch now. My
exactly.
car that I've talked about obsessively still hasn't been homologated yet. So worst case scenario, we might have to switch to Toyota next season.
Yeah. Of course, there will be announcement of plans coming up. I think within the next couple of days, I will of course announce it in a video of the plans that I will state down of what would probably happen from the next season onwards and on the future ahead. Yeah, I've got lots of plans to mention, which I'll definitely, announce it from then. Obviously, I don't want to mention it too much of what's going to happen. I did mention a few plans, unofficially on the Discord, but I want to keep more of my plans short and secret before I start announcing it officially. And hopefully, in the next couple of days, you guys will be able to hear what's going to happen from next season. But yeah, congratulations to everyone that watched the stream, and for Kendrick Meeks as well, who's finally won a race and will take home the championship for HimmIer's racing team.
Can't wait to hear what's coming up.
Well, yeah. Yep, we'll see about that. Quite amazing. Right, seems as though because it's getting really quiet, I shall wrap up the stream. Yeah. And then, we'll see you all for season 2. So,
see you in season 2.
Take care, everyone. I'll see you there.
Bye.
Bye-bye.